Hunters have got to match up with at the very least the same amount of pace that their enemies had on the previous. So let's see if they're going to be able to do so onto this pistol round. CT side, where Zoc already finds the first.
Good starts. Need to start as they mean to go on here, Bounty Hunters. Had a rough day of it so far. To show some form. Make that form look consistent over the map and start early as well. Afford to get a big loss streak in play.
I will say, you know, if there was someone to look for a little bit of a light out here from Bounty Hunters, it was Zoc on the previous map, right? So Zoc and Frecky were doing their best to kind of keep this game afloat. Now, if they can pick up from the previous map and get into this one, then I'd say things could look towards the better here for these guys.
Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt. Ninjas has got the smoke and the molly here. They're actually going to reposition and use this one properly for a proper T-side pistol execute. Actually just dropping the molly on toward top hut and going for the push in toward hut now, but Vital finding one, that might be enough just to stall them for a little bit, because all the rotations are in. There are so many CTs in position, and Venombeast does not expect Kaiser to be so close and ready to go. Leo going for a very, very late flank toward heaven. It might get one, but it needs more than one, and he's managed to find three. That's pretty crazy. The second one I can get because he was low HP, but three is wild. And it's still a chance to do more. And unfortunately, he will lose his teammate, so he needs to get all five, and Zoc will not allow that. 3 kills for Zoc. Well played. Bounty Hunters had a risk there for sure, but were able to get over the line and take the pistol.
I don't know, goddamn Leo. I mean, that was a 2v5 where they barely had any positions to go off of, and Leo comes in, misses his initial 2 shots on the Heaven player, still gets it, and then just a great sequence later picks up a 3k. That is very important, because now look, next round would have been just no investment at all coming through from the T side, especially since this is on Nuke. It's not on any other map where you could afford just a force buy for the hell of it. Now they get a hero AK out of Leo, and a decent buy coming up next. So Bounty Hunters are not in clear water, and Keyed Stars landed themselves at least an extra bit of cash to start up this second map with a bit more of an oomph. Zoc as well, though. He found the 3k in the previous, wants even more out here onto the second, so he's going to be the one holding outside. He's got a little bit of support from Kaiser. And these are the A1Ss, though, but Leo, there's that hero AK, making so much damn work. Leo, 2 quick headshots, back-to-back to open up the round.
This would be worst case scenario for Bounty Hunters. I know these rounds are so difficult to find, right? On the CT side, when the force buy comes through, it just feels like it's impossible sometimes. And you've got these fast-moving MAC-10s and Tech-9s and possibly the AK in play as well. And it's the AK to really crack it open. Freak and Mayan are now left in a horrible situation. Should be a free kill here for Venombeast, taking his time, realizing that Mayan was not checking him. And crazily, Keyed Stars could win this force buy with all 5 up.
Could be flawless, and if they waited for the bomb just a little bit further, they could have picked up all those A1Ss that were invested into this round from Bounty Hunters, actually. Yeah, pretty crazy turn of events, but if you take into consideration what happened on the first round as well, again, the efforts of Leo that get them to this point in time. It's going to be Keyed Stars losing out a couple of players, but this A1S might not live to see another round. Indeed it won't. There you go.
Yeah, good hunt. Worth it. Especially with the MAC-10. Suddenly, the ball is now back in Keyed Stars' court once again.
Okay. Well, goddamn. That is going to be one hell of a way to start off this game. And Nuke is back in the rightful hands of Keyed Stars for now. Bounty Hunters, though, in the same vein, right, on a force buy, on a fast buy. Things could always go unpredictably, and Turtle is going to definitely try to make it so. Venombeast with the awareness, though, might have just heard him through the smoke, through the chaos. Trying to jump up the ladder, takes him out. And that's the way they're going to find space in towards the B-bomb site. Venombeast spotting out 2, let's see if he can take down any of them. Spams away, connects on 1, takes his time on the second. Yeah, Keyed Stars, see, they're not overcommitting here. I guess that's the big part of their game plan that's been working out. Where I see Zoc just runs up in towards Secret, doesn't even check Secret, just knows about Venabeast. If someone was holding him down there, the AK would have just been entirely lost here for Bounty Hunters.
Chance for Zoc to creep up Secret though, maybe get a quick flank in toward main. They're quicker the world, but the bomb going down, now they can reposition into proper after plant positions. I think it should all be good. There's no reason to maybe throw that AK away now. Probably just look to try and save it. Finally get away with this 5-7. Actually hitting a couple of dinks and then getting the spam through the grate. But time is still the issue with no kit, obviously, in this sort of buying situation for Bounty Hunters. Are you really going to go for it here? The answer's no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. There it is, Flash. Takes that one away. And that will be keyed stars, in fact, on this second round. Even Desh is actually going in for this frag. Just, you know, the MP9 is going to grab a couple of extra dollars out there in the bank. 2-1. That is definitely going to be something that keyed stars are going to be walking away from with a smile on their faces. Because that could have gone way worse than it has. They win the round off. They destroyed the economy here for Bounty Hunters. And suddenly, we're rewatching that first map, right? Where Keyed Stars just gained a little bit of an advantage early on. And from that point onwards, Bounty Hunter just seemed to have collapsed. Now, I love the Astralis stack here, right? Exactly what you want to see into a round like this. I mean, they're still attempting it. They're still going to be trying to dish out some damage. The best way to do it. But it's not like they fully believe in the round anyways, so they're just gonna be maybe not even seeing anyone for the entirety of it.
It's always annoying, right? You're just hoping upon hope that they're actually going to go towards you, and you're even just going to get one, maybe like the SMG peeking you and thinking, oh yes, we've got it. This nade going to be incredible, by the way. Oh my word. That's one of the tastiest nades I've seen in a long time. Doesn't get a single kill, obviously, but I just look at the damage. I'm going to have to rewatch that and try and gauge the complete total damage that did. I would probably guess around 250, if not more.
I think more. I think it went over to 300.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Quick, I can't doing quick maths on broadcast is never a good plan. So
Sure.
I'll try and stay clear of that.
God damn. That was something.
He's going to see it at the top of his screen now, right? Like you would do on matchmaking, to see how much damage he's done with one nade and be like, oh my god, I hit all 5 of them.
Yeah. Oh, insanity. The fact that they had no armor there as well, in all technicality, he could have actually found a couple of kills with that single nade. Damn. Either way. Interesting. You know, it's something else just to keep us entertained, keep us watching. As even though that was a no-buy round, no investment round, still came out to be something. Keyed Stars now trying to deny this full buy coming through from Bounty Hunters. And look, it's just such a difference when it comes to the individual play. Like, Ninjas is hitting shots, so is everybody else out here from Keyed Stars. And even though it feels like Bounty Hunters should be connecting at least 1 or 2 of these kills, nothing comes through. It's just Zoc playing alongside Key Stars, and the rest of Bounty Hunters are kind of just watching.
Yeah, and they're trying to force their way back in. It's still possible, but they now know there are 2 players down to a double. The smoke has blocked off that position. There'll be a plant that will come through here comfortably for Ninjas. And still with an even standpoint, not like they're in a disadvantage, and with no kit on Bounty Hunters again, by the way. It's impossible, really, unless they make mistakes here. Let's see if that first bomb will come back to bite them. Dash going aggressive, and Turtle actually crept through on a brilliant timing. So here we go. It's down to Venabeast. 1 versus 3. Able to connect with 1. Now wasting the time could be advisable, but he knows double door's getting pushed upon, so he can't avoid both that and ramp at the same time. Defuse will come through. Really important recovery there for Bounty Hunters.
You know, if you want to pick at it, technically he could have just not fought and he would have won that round because the bomb was planted for him on silo, but we'll leave it pass. We'll leave it be. Bounty hunters finally pick up a round. So yeah, whoopee, yoo! They did it. It just took Turtle to find the 3K through a smoke to get a lineup and take that round away. Still though, Heat Stars will have this bye, and Bounty Hunters at least will manage to stabilize just a tad bit. Now finally allowed to take some outside presence, you know, for their trouble. Actually go in there and get some damage done. Zoc is going to be able to find Leo up first. And see, this might be the approach that doesn't work for Heat Stars. If they all just go into a default and search for individual frags, they could be taken down, or they could just find headshots like that.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. Ninjas actually does well to find Mayan. Needs to be a response from Turtle. He already found the one, but not the second. So Kaiser has got to clutch here. It's with an AWP as well. Makes it ever more uncomfortable for him. Bomb will now be retrieved and herded back away out of the grasp of Kaiser. He gambles down toward B. You may as well, because then you can save if they don't go there.
Would you really save though on a 2v1? It's 3-2. Like, I mean, surely would have been just a better go at it to pick up a rifle from outside and just attempt this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, actually. He's put himself in an okay position, though, because he'll know whether it's B or A. If they drop down the vent late, which is so often the play from a T side, he'll be able to go for it. He's going to fly his way up, actually. Fair enough. He does have one flash to use. May as well use it. He will use it, trying to clear out close. Oh, that bullet on the wall was so close to Beast, actually. It was just underneath his left arm, I believe. And I think even if he did get that quick scope, the trade would have been instant, right? So it's always so difficult. Heat Stars with a number of great entries will get themselves a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, see, I respect the attempt. I really do. It's just the decision-making taken up in that round. Maybe someone else whispering in his ears to, like, you know, just save it, it's fine. But then him realizing it's a 2v1, one of them might be a bit low. Why not go for this, right? Why let Heat Stars take the advantage even further into this one? And truth be told, he was right either way. If he doesn't go for that, what? He saves an AWP when the rest of his teammates have got just pistols to work with? Not necessarily the guy they'd be expecting to do that, right? Great thing on the dash, forcing them out here. Quick scope out of dash, connects on another. 5-7's looking for another shot.
Oh, wow.
He is gonna take him down. But, you know, into a round like this, again, I do respect what Bounty Hunters were trying to do. A quick crunch down in towards lobby could have net them a couple of extra frags, and technically should have if Dash didn't connect those shots in towards trophy room.
Yeah, lobby crunch is a Counterstrike player's favourite breakfast cereal, for sure. But nothing doing. And Dash did really well to actually get that second kill when he was being pressured up so close. Hit the headshot as well. Fair play to him. Self alive.
South America podcast out here, Travis. If we're talking about cereal, what's your favorite cereal?
Oh, God. I mean, I actually don't have cereal for breakfast. Like, it's not really a thing I have.
When did you last have it? Do you remember?
I mean, maybe when I was a kid, like when I was younger. Like, I'd have like Frosties or something like that when I was young. I don't know.
We don't have those here.
Really?
Yeah. We have the usual like Lions, City Minis, and like what else? We don't have any national brands of cereal from what I
know, like anything that's like Kellogg's, like all the classic, like or not.
No. From
okay.
What you tell me, no. I think
okay.
it's all the same stuff. It's all from Nestle anyway. It's all the same stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Just, you know, under different names, I guess.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. I think there are some classics for sure, but I tend to have like toast or like a bagel or like a cereal bar or something.
You're an adult, yeah.
Don't remind me how old I am. Thank you. Freak moving up into towards secret. We blocked off by the Molotov. Could have played in front of that, actually. He had a good positioning to do that, but in a 4v5, didn't want to take the gamble. Now he'll just move himself back to the pixel gap angle, and as soon as he sees a arm or a leg, he'll chuck that incendiary down ASAP, but they do need to go searching here, being a man down.
Or you just forget we're in the TikTok era where people don't have an attention span to hold an angle for a minute.
Yeah.
So the brain is gonna come through and just decide, you know what? I like pushing. Pushing's cool. Then a beast as well does the same thing and apparently takes down 2. Okay. 2v3 now. Wreck you because he did have that brain. He is gonna be going out with only half HP remaining instead of full. So Zoc has got a lot of lifting to do, and he might not even do any because Bounty Hunters might just call out a force save.
Rough, man. Giving up 6 rounds on T side already.
Yeah.
Look, I thought Bounty Hunters would look a lot better today. I really did. I thought they'd be competitive at least. Make it a close game. I didn't think it would be a bit of a walkover like this.
I mean, still, you look from a top-down view at the best of 3 from like HLTV or something, and you say, technically you could have seen this coming, right? It's Nuke, it's Keystars map pick, and right now Bounty Hunters from the first map, they didn't give us barely anything to work with. It's not like that's magically changed in the break that we had. We hoped it would have, but for now, it doesn't seem like they're really going to be giving us anything to work with. Myron has taken up Kaiser's place in the previous map, and now has struggled to even find his first kill. He was Agent 007 for that previous round, so you know, like, you're just not allowed to have these sort of individual mistakes. You're not allowed to have these games because you are where you are. You're facing elimination. When you're up against this wall, you're supposed to play at your A game, and I know for a fact for all 10 of these players on the server, maybe not for Venabeast right now, but everybody else, this is not their A game.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, Venabeast in that previous round, just 2 quick entries toward A. Very, very clean, very, very flicky and fast. You can almost... I don't actually know, but like just gauging how he looked in those 2 fights, looks like he's got quite a high sense as well. Comfortable with that sort of play, of course. I've always been pretty much a high sense kind of guy. High to some people, with my setup it doesn't feel too bad. Like 1.0 in game and like 1000 DPI, because that's what my mouse defaulted at for years.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not too bad. It's not Woxic levels, you know. So.
Old Zantares, I remember. I think he had like some crazy sense.
He had also played with Mouse Excel. I'm pretty sure Zantares.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
Like actual psychopath behavior. Like
Yeah.
I had this shitty ass mouse. I had like a really bad mouse like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I was just a teeny tiny tin playing like a little bit of CS, and I had like 8 in-game sensitivity with like 200 DPI or some shit, which was really bad. Of course, you can imagine. But now I've gotten so used to like low sense and like high DPI, like 1600 and like 0.3 something.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's such a change up in my brain pattern that I think back to like 5 years ago and I think, man, I was shooting really well. Like I could actually go up against them, face the level 10s. Now I'm like, nah, I have the game sense. I can't shoot to save my life. You know?
Yeah. It's funny that, I mean, I can still aim a little bit, but I do feel like I've lost something, you know? Mm-hmm. There's something that the sands of time have ebbed away at my aim. Zoc will stay hidden in sort of control room there, by the way, and it actually gets him 2 kills toward Leo and Ninjas. That's really important. But the bomb is still being planted, but not for too much longer. They had the A bomb site, but they had no time to go back up the vent to actually get control of it. I'm going to try and go for some kills here with Flash, but that is the first big mistake of the game, really, for Keystars. Overall, they put a very solid series. That is the first real questionable one.
Sometimes a single mistake is enough to, you know, turn things back around in favor of Bounty Hunters here. So you never know. I think Flash did also get very lucky in the sense that he died just a millisecond after the timer ran out. So he gets to reinvest into this round. Otherwise, he would have been stuck at like 2k. So good on him. But now a complete force line comes through for Keystars, and if they don't manage to win this one out, then economy is going to be looking a little bit rough. However, they might not have to worry about that, because look at them just running into the same bomb site. Myron has something to say about it.
Oh.
But a ring around the rosy later, we get back to Flash being into the bomb site and Dash doing his own thing. 1v3, Meyer needs an ace here to make this round work.
I don't understand how Dash is just not aware that he's in Hut and could push him pretty quickly. Like, he's running in with nades out. He's the bomb carrier, by the way, I'm pretty sure. So, like, literally his teammates saw him go into Hut.
He's on the ladder.
Suddenly a bit dangerous. Oh, did Leo see him walking back into Hut there?
He heard him, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to track and trace him. It's so awkward though with the AWP up close. This is just very missable, and there we go. Mine hits it. Bomb dropped again. Mine is on for this ace. Flash will pick it up. Mine's going to reposition. Playing top Hut here is a real good call. You can check door and you can check Hut entrance, either which way of it, and maybe be in an unpredictable position. Flash has got full util, but no real reason to use it in a 1v1 just yet. He can very happily go down toward ramp and plant B. Of course, there is a risk that Mayan could have shifted down the vent, right? And made no noise. Mayan, which way is he going to look? Is he going to get caught?
Timing.
Oh, he's creeping out at the worst possible time, and then he gambles down vent. Oh, can you believe it? Flash actually, like, I'm sure he couldn't have predicted that could have worked for him as well as it did, but waiting that long did put a seed of doubt in Mayan's head.
Yeah, that around about the 10-second mark is as well when you start rotating in to just try to gain that advantage into the retake, to be a little bit further up, to maybe catch him off guard when he's planting. So he had to go for that, and it was just very untimely. By the way, those are Myers' first 4 kills, all in the same round for this entire map. So yeah, he just activated, and he really could have worked out to his benefit. He would have left us in from a 1v5 into a 1v1, and just couldn't finish it off. But still, nice attempt there coming through from Iron. Doesn't take away from the fact though that it's 7-3 for T-side Keat Stars out here on Nuke, right? So
yeah,
it's a good flash in the pan, but that's all it was, and it didn't amount to winding down that round counter any closer to the enemies. So now we're left to round number 11. Penultimate round of the first half out here, and Ninja still acting like a madman. He's going to get to the bomb site, has all the information in the world, knows there's another one up in the rafters. Flash is going to take care of 2 of them, knows about the last one, that will take them 2. Flash good for 3, jumps into the bomb site, and keeps doing what he was doing in the previous round as well, just absolutely securing this round. Keat Stars didn't even waste a second to think about what they had to do. They just knew where they should have gone.
Made that look very easy. A little bit of a pace uptick there from Keat Stars, and it works really well. Flash with the 3. Delaying their push out as well, knowing there's one more player on site to be able to mine them out of CT vent. Grab that easily.
I don't know if you noticed as well, they had a delayed flash in there because they knew Ninjas was probably gonna die. So he died with all that information, so that flash is allowed to find that 3k. It's really smart and really well executed somehow. But with that, Travis comes in the last round of the first half. It's 8-3. Either way, this half is already won by Keat Stars on their own map pick. Just a matter of if they're going to be able to close this off without any emotions or not. Guys are back on the AWP for this last round of the half on CT side. Something that we haven't really seen besides 1 or 2 rounds out here for Bounty Hunters has been outside control as well. Not that we've needed to see them, but something that hasn't really been noted out here from any of these 2 teams. Oh, and Turtle's gonna push this. Turtle somehow gets that kill. Okay, my bad. Crunch on lobby finally works out for Bounty Hunters.
Oh, that smoke is going to be annoying. Leo's going to disrespect it to try and regain control of lobby, but he's not going to get anything done there. Thing is, though, Ninja's found Turtle in the meantime. I don't know if there are any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles around the server right now, but they're certainly having a duel.
been called by his brethren. That's when he died. And this is the closest we're gonna get to radioactive canals, I guess. In the entirety of CS on Nuke. And the angle still goes down! Ninjas has just been on point with these headshots. It's all been so quick coming out of him. 25 seconds though, and Desh is playing this one alone as Leo is left in 1v3. Not enough time to really do anything about this. Even misses the vent. That's it. That's the round. I respect the attempt, Leo. But that's all that she wrote. 8-4. You know, it's nothing to write home about, but it's at the very least not a complete wipeout.
No, it's workable. It's just about workable, but Keedstar's going to have 8 going on towards CT, so that is a very nice number indeed. The big moments in the half from Flash, great multi-kills. Vinnabeast had a couple of his own as well. Yeah, I do think they're in the pound seats to get that date with 9Z.
Okay, well, that being said, it would take a very ambitious amount of rounds here for Bounty Hunters to somehow bring this one back. And everything could go wrong by just an offset on the pistol round, or just a force buy afterwards, or basically anything going wrong in this early game for Bounty Hunters, and it might just be best of 3 over and elimination at a Thunder pick here for South America. And the odds show that.
They do. Long way back for Bounty Hunters. The pistol would go a long way, and they're actually going to buy up quite a lot of utility for this one. We've got a couple of flashes, make that 3 total actually, with a Molotov to deal with top hut. But oh my god, Ninjas has pushed through and just dealt with Freak and Zoc just like that. Even jumping around CT vent right now, distracting himself from his teammates to allow them to push in to help out. And just like that, it's pissed around done.
I mean, you know when you start seeing him jump, when you start seeing him just not really care, that's when Keystars have got that mentality of, we've won this. This is our game to win, just don't make mistakes, and we are on the finish line. And it really does feel like that. Time and time again, pistol round now being taken, kills being taken in one by one, rained on in. Keystars feels just like a courtesy now to play out the rest of the rounds. Which is really tough for Bounty Hunters, because again, they were coming into this one as quote-unquote favorites, right? Keystars were the ones being the dark horses, the counted pick out here for many. But look at that, how that's been turned around just in a single map of Mirage. This is how much, I guess, studying your opponent can mean in an environment like this, in a tournament setting like this, you know? There it is. Good cleanup.
Comfortable. Barely any damage taken.
No sweat. Vinnabeast 18-5 when he was bottom fragging on the previous map, because all of his teammates were taking most of the kills. He was playing support on Mirage, by the way. He was lining up flashes in Utah for the rest of his team. Now look at him go. Did Zoc just push outside with like no cover?
I think so. I think for me, like when a player does that, you know they're kind of like out of ideas in a way. Like they're trying to make something happen. It's you're just forcing the issue. 4-10
That's not
down.
the way to do it. Work with the flash at the very least, if not a wall of smokes. Gotta be a madman. Kaiser spotted out towards heaven as well. Leo's just buying himself time. Time for that. Exactly. Beast attempts the shot, but Kaiser is left down to 1 HP, stays alive. And that's the bomb holder as well.
Oh.
Oh, Kaiser connects the headshot with 1 HP. That's how bounty hunters pick up their first T-side round.
Finally, they're going to get something going here. 3 players alive. Kaiser getting away with 1 HP, like you say. Ninjas has got a kit, a smoke, and an incendiary, but just looking to try and save that into the next round. There is an upgrade in front of him, which is obviously dangerous to get to, but been allowed to get to it. Be able to get in toward T-spawn here, actually. One player could cut him off if the timing's not too great, but keep an eye on it. He'll hear him. There we go. Here's the 3 kills. Worried about there being more where that came from. He'd be right to be worried. Obviously, they had to get a little bit further away from the bomb. All good. That's finally something on the board to work with. Money is still okay for Keyed Stars, though, so it's down to Bounty Hunters to find a streak of rounds here.
Okay, well, that's what they hope for, but then again, this is just a moment for Keyed Stars to fully invest into a round. Or try to force buy into a dash. Glass cannon on an AWP, something I haven't been graced with for a little bit now. Don't hate it. Just want to see how he's gonna go for it. No shot through the smoke, not making his presence heard. Leo stays in the smokes, and they've actually got this all lined up. Oh, I love this. Ah, could have connected it. Zoc actually had the lineup ready. Good awareness out here for Zoc. All those hours in FPL have saved him. Leo's not that easy to beat. Where's Turtle looking when he knows that Leo's there?
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious sound cue, isn't it? Like, you know he's credit. Obviously, you have to be worried about heaven and, hell, but still, it's a surprise. Thankfully, they've been able to recover it, knowing that Leo is still isolated outside. The flash went down as well. Long-range duel for Beast, and this one he won't win. Great headshot from Kaiser, and they're starting to hit their headshots now. Ninjas tracking and tracing from Secret. Oh, he's been seen, I think. Yep, he's been seen. There we go. All the information known. Unfortunately, no element of surprise now. And as soon as the reload comes through, we should get peeked by Zox in the corner, and there it is. So now the economy's in a rough spot. Now bounty hunters have something to work with.
We do indeed. There you go. Ah, 10-6. Keyed Stars. Only got attack pause. Nice to see that they still do have their heads on their shoulders, aren't completely being overwhelmed by confidence with the amount of rounds they took in that T side. Bounty Hunters, I still sometimes have that CSGO brain that tells me, oh, it's just 4 rounds, right? It's not that much. Like, they can definitely make a comeback heard right now, but I keep forgetting it's not the first 16 anymore, so there's not that much time to bring yourself back into a game like this. 3 mistakes and Keyed Stars just win the game.
Full control taken by Zoc outside here. USP's only to face. No worries. Will be 10-7. First glimmer of hope, really, in the entire series, I think it has to be said, for Bounty Hunters. Been kind of all over the place in this one. Kaiser will manage to tap down Beast. Nice start. many players alive as possible here is actually quite important for bounty hunters, considering they've got a couple of players on sort of 1k, Mayan with no money in the bank really at all. So, but keep themselves alive here. That's very awkward for Mayan though, and that's very, very rough. And he's 5 and 16 in this game, and he can't even get full eco USP kills. So that worries me. What has happened to my goats? Feels bad, man.
Feels bad indeed. But feels good. Even great out here for bounty hunters. You know, seeing that there is a hope, there is a chance bringing back this game. The pistol round though now. We get to see Keith Stars again on another force buy. No diffuse kits this time though. Kind of tickles my nerves when I see 3 incendiaries bought out, but no diffuse kits. It's CT side mollies, guys. You'd never go for them. they're next to useless. But hey, a nade isn't. Besh is gonna take down Zoc there with a little bit of help. And Leo, was quick with the flick. Instantly sees Kaiser, takes him out.
Yeah, 1 HP as well. I can see that. I think they have a little bit of utility to work with, but how with only 2 players as well. They've got a smoke, they've got a molly, they've got a flash, but how do you really get back into the round? Use a lot of smoke now as well. It's only 2 flashes. Lion has control outside, but no reason for Keed Stars to give them any duels here at all. Bomb is in the open as well. Waiting for Freak to rotate round to at least try and peek with him outside, with no smoke to block the bomb off at all. Finally, I think they've they've picked one up, so could use that to try and collect it up. Thing is, they've wasted a lot of time having to do this, so they can finally get down secret safely. Little did Mayan know you probably could have done that with no issue anyway, but as I say, using so much time up here, they've got 20 seconds left for a plant.
And it's turning down to 15. They've got to get a move on. Myron is the one with the bomb as well. Keith Stars finally looking like the guys that are making us go to 11. And it was just a simple and easy ramp hold to finish off that round. Bounty Hunters ran out of options. I understand the just irate motion that they were going for there at the end. Couldn't have really figured out anything else with the amount of time they had left. Tried their best, wasn't enough. 11-7. And if this round fails, Travis, well, I think the entirety of the best of 3 fails for Bounty Hunters. As Cash is going to become very strict. Keed Stars are becoming more and more oppressive. Flash even not taking any damage out here on top of the hut. And just to stay here without making any noise, that might just deny the entirety of the round here for Bounty Hunters.
Oh my goodness, Ninja's in the vent on the ladder, trying to gauge where he actually is in that smoke, and he'll finally be able to hop away, but he could just get pushed here. He could just pincer right now, and he's not in a good position to be ready for it whatsoever. The door was open, and it was opened in his face. Leo trying his best. He's held the line for 2, looking for more hits of Dink. Not any more than that, though, I'm afraid. Kaiser will manage to take Winner Beast. It's a good pounce from Bounty Hunters, and they'll stay in this game.
Okay. Well. I mean, it was a great attempt there from Leo. Gotta give it to him. Almost found the 3k. If he had, would have turned us down to 2v2. But not the case. Bounty Hunters now should comfortably get themselves back up to 9. From what was 10 to 6, now gonna turn 11-9, slowly but surely, making that gap just that bit tighter.
Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah. Trying to get a kill through the glass, right? You know the first bullet's going to break it, it's going to make it a bit distracting, and it's going to eat some damage as well, and it's just possible. But No worries. Bounty Hunters will get the desired result in this round. Close the gap to 2. Money is in an okay position now. Even if they lose the next round, they could be, 12-9 behind. So have money to work with to try and stay alive. We mentioned winner plays 9Z. Keyed Stars 2 rounds away from that gate.
All in all, much better performance out here from Bounty Hunters on Nuke than previously on their own map pick. Whatever may be the case, right now, Keyed Stars definitely struggling a bit more to close this one out. That's why they're using all the attack pauses, that's why they're talking it this much. Dash is gonna try the AWP for the 3rd time now on the CT side. We'll see if it works.
Full buy does have the dash AWP still out, as you said, so at least that's the main piece of their full buy. Flash is on a FAMAS, but not the end of the world. Oh, okay. Fast out door, and somehow Turtle has actually managed to deal with ninjas. I'm not sure how. Beast is just wandering into a ramp here, by the way, and he's been completely caught off guard. Thankfully, Desh is here too, but both of them just pushing through that Molotov, kind of without a care in the world in a way, not thinking the ramp is open whatsoever. And, Beast did a lot of damage, but it's Desh to get that kill. Didn't manage to get the second on the trade. You should be saving here, I think.
You should be indeed, but again, you do have defuse kits, you do have smokes, and at this point, 11-9 is something that you can't really choose to not go for, right? Flash, if he saw Zoc out here, maybe the round could have been attempted, yet hasn't. Trying to stay alive. Good position out of Zoc to actually catch the players moving into the save. That's it. That's double digits out here now on the board for Bounty Hunters with not that great of a buy coming up next for Keyed Stars. Travis, we could be looking at an even out scoreline.
Yeah, genuinely. This game actually kind of has a bit of overtime maybe written all over it at this point. Who would have thought that?
Aye. Well then. Here we go again. Leo outside could catch off 3 on the run, but himself is in a dangerous spot. It's the 4th by now coming through from Keyed Stars that they really have to make sure they don't misposition themselves. Good lobby control as well now being had. They know outside is currently under pressure. Incendiary to back them off of the push. Desh does connect on the first, and Flash pretty all over the place right now. Doesn't really know where to shoot him from next. Beast has to be very wary of Heaven. Outside, completely lost. Use the nade as actual smoke screen. Yeah, there you go. Turtle works off the back of it. And Desh doesn't even check out in towards Hell. Just knows there's one outside on the red box. Oh, look at him. He's moving all the way around to CT, trying to catch Turtle off guard. The back turned away. But the bomb is in main. And Ninjas knows it. One wrong move out here from Turtle, and the game turns to a 4v3.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is a tough one now, because 25 seconds, you have to go in toward A, but there's an MP9 near vent that can just pounce at a really annoying timing. He might even take the high HP player. That's a really nice sort of mid-range play with the MP9 from Ninjas. Even jumping at the last player, being a nuisance. It activates Flash and Dash to help out. Nicely done. And suddenly, there's a chance when we even us up at 11 all. It's Keyed Stars with 2 match points.
Ninjas loves jumping around. Even in the USP round that he got, even in this one, he loves jumping around those vents. And it's working out. That's the wild part. You know, he is dishing out damage. And now Keyed Stars, indeed on that point, have got 2 chances to close this one out. Let's just see if they will. Bounty Hunter is a chance to overtime, but it's not an easy one to get to. Now Keyed Stars start getting a little bit more pressured. Right, they have to go in for these pre-fires. They have to go in for these peaks with the nades. But it's Desh and Ninjas find the first 2. Finally a trade coming through, but Leo's still down on main. Kaiser the only one dishing out damage, finally taken out. And the last man standing is Bayern. He had one big moment in the Quadra. Now 7 and 20 is his KD. Looks to try to up it up by just a little bit more. 2v1 remaining up against the Opera and Vinabeast, the 2 players that have had the most impact here for Keyed Stars. Where's the player that has struggled the most here on Bounty Hunters? It would be a hell of a clutch if Myron could pull it off. And with a full belt of util, he's up to heaven looking to find it. Can't afford the reload either.
Impact kills. If there's ever a time, this would be great. He has got kind of free reign at the moment. He can drop down. He can maybe throw a molly in toward huts. No, he's going to keep his utility for now and plant ASAP. Make sure you can confirm that and get your gun back out again. We'll chuck that molly in, and now has a chance to reposition. If he gets towards CT vent, that might be okay, because he does have a bit of an open plant toward backside. A push would work out, but the beast is just waiting for him, and now that he knows, he's not committing to the fight straight away either. He's being very smart about it. Desh takes his time, and takes his time to perfection. So patient. And very comfortable in the end for Keyed Stars. It's a 2-0, and honestly, that second map could have been a bit quicker as well. They had a little bit of a comeback there, Bounty Hunters, at the end, but it's a very clean victory for Keyed Stars.
Indeed it is. There you go. 2-0 out here into the best of 3 is going to be making Keyed Stars be the underdogs that go up against 9Z now into this last best of 3 of Group B. I hope you guys have truly enjoyed a quicker one coming out here for the day, but it's only the start, because in around about an hour and 10 minutes we have got ourselves quite the best of 3 going through between 9Z and the boys on over at Keyed Stars. Sadly for Bounty Hunters, they kind of really underwent expectations, right? We were expecting a little bit more out of them. Kaiser wasn't really showing up at all, had just one of those games where now out here on Nuke he was doing a lot more, but Myron took his space, and a team is only as strong as his weakest link, right? And sadly, we got to see quite a lot of weak links coming out here today for Bounty Hunters. Indeed, yeah. I think they've got some of the names on the team that probably should be doing a lot better right now, I would say. And yeah, Keyed Stars, a bit, I would say, I'm quite happy with how they played here. They look very, very solid. But obviously, is that down to Bounty Hunters playing poorly, or is it down to them looking extra good? I'm not so sure. 9Z will be a proper test. We've seen them, of course, play a little bit before. We saw 9Z beat Bounty Hunters, and then, of course, they dropped to Flamengo. So it's the first time. It's not like it's a repeat matchup. It's the first time these two would have played each other in this particular group. So I think it has to be it has to be a 9Z win. Like, you have to, if you're 9Z, you have to win that game. There is something that I will discuss quite a lot about 9Z when we get into the pre-game, which of course some rumours flying around. But before that, we have about a 20-minute break, I believe, according to our lovely producer. So hopefully we'll see you in about 15 of those minutes to get into the pre-game, and we'll see how that next BO3 goes down.